So the UFC settled one of their antitrust lawsuits with some former fighters, and this case to me is one of the weirdest things ever. Um, but before we get into that, I really quick want to say thank you for the recent support. We just passed 300 subscribers. I'm forever grateful for that. I'm just, some random kid making videos on MMA. I really appreciate that though. Maybe we can turn this into some kind of community or something. But, anyways, before I bring up the article, if you guys forgot, a ton of former UFC fighters, uh, created an antitrust lawsuit against the UFC, saying that they were underpaid, undervalued as employees, all that whatever. And just recently, there we go, it works. They had to pay 375 million. Um, which you look at that number and it's a huge number. Um, but this isn't good for the UFC. I mean, UFC, Endeavor, TKO, everybody. Uh, that kind of money, even for a multi-billion-dollar company, it is not something they can fork over. But at the same time, I do like the fighters getting what they're worth. Um, Alright, so we go Ultimate Fighter. UFC and former fighters suing for wage suppression have reached a new deal to settle a class action accusing the MMA promoter, it should be promotion, of violating antitrust laws. TKO Group will know the merger between UFC and WWE will pay $375 million to resolve the lawsuit, according to a Thursday securities filing. The agreement was reached after their last deal was nixed by the court, which said that the payment may be too low. Which I'm all for the fighters getting more money, right? But I've never heard of a judge. Well, I mean, I know it happens from time to time, but it's kind of weird when you have both sides in agreement of uh, what they want in terms of a settlement, and then you have the judge come in and raise it. Uh, so I forgot what. I'm pretty sure the last one was 350 million. So it was a 25 million increase. Or no, it was 330. Oh, wait, no, this is the second one. Yeah, this is kind of confusing to follow along, but there are two deals. There are the 375 million that um, they just settled, uh, and then there was another one for 335. Uh, and then this closes one of them. The other one's still open. Uh, yeah. I'm gonna be honest. There's different information in this article than the one I had up before, but they kept uh, bitching at me to turn off my ad blocker. So U.S. District Judge Richard, I'll just go with that. UFC, which stood to lose more than $4 billion since damages in the antitrust case can be trebled, said that it believes the revised terms will address his stated concerns. A trial expected to last 4 weeks was scheduled to start in February, with damages pegged at roughly at 1.6 billion. At the center of the case were allegations that UFC used long-term exclusive contracts to substantially delay, or in some cases totally prevent, free agency, coerced fighters into re-signing deals, and acquired or closed down multiple competing MMA promoters in violation of antitrust laws. Which, they kind of did that. They bought Pride, closed that down. Well, they really only bought the Pride's catalog. You look at WFA, that closed down. I don't know, man. Like, the UFC has, for years, had a stronghold on the MMA market, and you look at what people are being paid on the bottom of the cards. It's better than it was, but like whenever you hear Jake Paul talk about fighter pay, or you hear about somebody not working with the UFC currently, you know, they are definitely underpaid. Um, then again, I don't know how all this stuff works. And I feel like, you should be able to pay your fighters more. Figuring it's $90 a pay-per-view and thousands of dollars for a nosebleed ticket now. But yeah. As a result of the alleged scheme, the class action argued UFC wields monopsony power, a dynamic in which a single buyer owns a monopoly, allowing it to purchase labor under market value, which absolutely is the case. Like, you look at how much money PFL has spent to get Francis for 2 fights. You look at what is a good example? Like, you look at any big fighter in Bellator, I guess PFL Bellator. You look at any big fighter like Demetrius Johnson won. They all say they make substantially more fighting in those organizations than UFC. I think Demetrius Johnson too is a perfect example, because with me, and the only reason I'm bringing this up because MMA Guru did his video on Dana White and how he treated DJ when he was fighting and all that. Like, the DJ was very marketable. He had a really good personality. But to me, even though I was younger, I felt like they did nothing to promote the division. And then when Demetrius Johnson left, you look at how the division is now. It's one of the best divisions out there, and I don't know. It's annoying. You can go on and on about fighters too. Rampage. You got Tito. He has Tito. I don't know. His arguments are kind of weird. Well, like, fighter pay, as far as UFC is concerned, has been this topic that they can't get away from. But like, I don't know. I'm happy fighters are getting paid. Like, I have no issue with that. But I don't know. Like I said, I kind of find it weird that the fighters agreed on the original settlement with the UFC, but the judge overturned it and made it more. But I don't know. I think the current state we are in with MMA right now, it's it's very open, I'd say, and for the UFC, who who is far and far the biggest fight organization right now. You can argue boxing, you can argue a promoter, you can argue the Saudis. As far as combat sports goes, no organization is as prominent as the UFC right now. Um, but yeah, the being hit by a $375 million lawsuit, though, like even for a company, that's not a small amount of change, you know. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this settlement? Do you think it's too high? Do you think it's too low? Do you agree with me that the judge and how the original case got thrown out was a little weird? I don't know. Other than that, it's, I don't know. I really need to think of a sign off. I don't really have one. Later.